Good morning, guys. All right, so we've got some gappers. I'll go over it in a second. Still kind of looking. I only have a partial watch list built so far, so I'm still kind of looking to see what I can find. Two biggest watches are probably NYO and ACIA, although there is SYMC here that's gapping up as well to 2075. What's up, unknowns? Mitch, Salty, D. Evan. What's up, guys? Alright, so I'm still kind of looking. Give me 1 second. If you see anything else, let me know. Alright, so let me see. Watching a few other ones. PRPO is a cheaper penny stock. Maybe EBIO, PXS, HTBX maybe. CNIT is gapping up some. SINO. Alright, so yeah, that's kind of what I'm watching right now. Got a few gappers to keep an eye on. I'll go ahead and add my watch list to the chat. Alright, so this is my watch list so far. I'm going to go ahead and post it to the chat. What's up, guys? Good morning, D. Evan, Tiny. Alright, so let's see if any of these are actually tradable. There's my watch list right there. Let's see if any of these are actually tradable on TradeNet. OCLR is good. ACIA is. MYO is. SYMC is. KTOV is not, so that's 1. SINO is. IQ is. PRPO is not, so that's 2. HTBX is not, that's 3. Alright, so 3 out of 10 are not tradable, plus whatever else I have on my watch list. So a large majority of them are tradable. That's always good to see. So this entire screen right here, my 4 main watches are tradable. PRPO is not, but I mean, it is a $46 stock, or 46-cent stock. So a very cheap stock. It's not surprising that it's not tradable. That's right, Tiny. Everybody go check out the Green Scene family. They do some cool reviews. I checked them out. I'll post the link later to it. But yeah, guys, my son has been throwing a fit this morning. Hard to deal with. He literally woke up and just started screaming. Alright, so let's look up why some of these news are here. I'll try to post the link to it in a few minutes when we have a little bit more people here. But let's look up to see why some of these are moving. The first one I'm going to look at is ACIA. All right, so the news story that's out on ACIA is, let me see. ACIA leads optical stocks higher after Trump tweets of desire for a ZTE lifeline. I have no idea what that means. Shares of ACIA Communications and other optical names are indicating sharply higher. Let me make this bigger. Sharply higher in pre-market trading after President Donald Trump this weekend tweeted that he was working with China to find Chinese smartphone makers ZTE Corp a way to get back into business fast. A few weeks ago, Trump's administration blocked U.S. companies from selling to ZTE for 7 years, alleging that ZTE failed to reprimand employees after violating Iran's sanctions. Acacia generated 30% of its revenue from ZTE last year. Shares of fellow optical names Lumentum Holdings, LITE, and OCLR, as well as FNSR, are also trading higher in pre-market on optimism for a ZTE lifeline. Shares of those companies and Acacia sold off in mid-April after the ban was first announced. And so that's pretty good news, I guess. We'll see how they act. OCLR is an optical stock, ACIA. So these two are both optical stocks. So we'll see how they act today. The next one I'm looking up, so I guess I don't have to look up OCLR now. The next one I'm looking up is MYO. It's probably one of my favorite ones this morning. Gapping up nicely up to 410 from 314. Alright, so MYO apparently is the drug Myomo. And it says Myomo application for medical codes receives favorable preliminary decision. MYO, a wearable medical robotics company, announced that the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, has published a favorable preliminary decision regarding the company's application for Healthcare Common Procedure Coding System, HCPCS, L codes. MYO had filed its application in December of 2017 to have CMS establish 2 new Level 2 HCPCS codes to describe microprocessor controlled, custom fabricated upper extremity braces. So, we are very grateful to CMS and the whole HCPCS work group for their preliminary decisions to assign L codes for our Myo Pro line of powered orthoses. I don't know what that means. Said Myomo Chief Medical Officer Dr. Brandon Green. The Myo Pro has already helped so many patients with neurological and neuromuscular injury and illness by supporting their weakened arms, restoring control over their range of motion, and reducing their healthcare costs, and giving them back their independence. So that's pretty good news for MYO as well. So we'll see how it acts. It's starting to drop some now in pre-market. Its high of pre-market was 439. It dropped all the way back down to 4. We'll see if it can find some support at 4, but really when a stock gaps up this much, I'm more short biased with it. And so I'm watching it for a potential short under $4 and maybe under this low right here at 390, 380. And so we'll see what happens with MYO. The next one I'm looking at is SYMC. You know, I put out a video this weekend that included SYMC and kind of a setup. So I traded this one on Friday. Alright, so it says Simnatech stock downgraded en masse as analysts fret about internal audit. Such investigations almost never finish completely without issue, end quotes, wrote one analyst as stock plunges 34%. Like a computer virus, the bad news for Simnatech Corp investors came all at once. Shares plunged 35% in Friday morning trading to put them on track for their biggest one-day decline in 17 years and second biggest loss in 29 years as a public company. So I'm guessing this is just bouncing back from the big drop. I mean, yeah, look at this big drop. Huge drop on Friday morning from 30.65 down to 18. Now it's back up to 20, almost 21. And so I'm still a little bit more long biased with it just because it's down so much in the last few days. And so we'll see what SYMC can do this morning. Another one I'm looking at is KTOV. I mean, it gapped up all the way to 3, but it fell back down to the 260 level. And so I'm watching this one for a long over 250. See if it bounces off of 250, maybe jumping with a long play there. Let's look up to see if I can find why KTOV is moving. Alright, so not really any catalyst for KTOV. It had a pharma commercialization deal for Consensi in China for treating osteoarthritis pain. Man, I hate reading these bio stocks. Osteoarthritis. Such a pain to read. And so I'm guessing it's gapping up a little bit from that it squeaked on the 11th of May, so 3 days ago, I guess on Friday, and that's ultimately why it's moving. Let's look at the 5-minute chart. Yeah, it had a big deal. I guess it's gapping up from there. So we'll see what this one can do. Also looking at SINO here. Gapping up a very small amount. Not my favorite one, but I'm going to watch it anyway. Let's see if I can find some news on this one. Alright, so apparently this announced the fiscal year 2018 third quarter financial results, and that they were good. And so good results for SINO, good earnings. So that's ultimately why SINO is up. Also looking at PRPO, it's a pretty cheap stock. It's at 46.5 cents now. And so let's look up to see why this one's moving. Alright, so Precipio announces preliminary quarter 1 2018. Year-over-year revenue increases 286%. So good revenue for PRPO, and that's ultimately why it is up. So good earnings, good revenue. Looking at IQ here, this one had a pretty big day on Friday. Or actually a pretty big day on Thursday. Kind of evened out on Friday. Going to watch it to see if it can move a little bit more. It's been moving a ton the last few days. So I'm going to keep an eye on IQ. Not really any news out on it except for the way last Thursday. Next thing I'm watching is HTBX. Looks like a little bit higher float of a stock, but it's gapping up a small amount as well. So we'll keep an eye on it. Not my favorite one though. Not really anything out, so we'll see what happens with HTBX. And the last one I'm watching is EBIO. While it's a small gap, many times the small gappers are the ones that run the most, and so I'll keep an eye on it, but not going to make any kind of plans quite yet until I see how it acts at the open. And I don't think there's any news out on this one as well. It had something come out on the 10th, so I guess that would be here, which was a price target being announced. So keeping an eye on these this morning. That's basically everything. Sorry if I'm missing stuff in the chat. I haven't looked at it in a second, so let me go back to it. What's up, Danny? Oh, sorry, guys. I need to bring the mic a little bit closer to me. What's up, Seven? What's up, Sonic? Good morning, NYC. Wilkin. XRX. Oh, yeah, no, guys, my son's fine. I'm just realizing, yeah, no, my son's fine. He's just, like, we've been doing this new thing where it's like, if he's good during the day, we let him watch a little bit of a movie at nighttime. Since he's getting older, he's almost, you know, he'll be 5 in half a year, so he's 4.5 right now. But he's been getting bigger, and so we've been trying to let him watch a movie before bed every night. And I think last night, my wife and I both fell asleep because we had to go see family. By the time we got back, we were kind of burnt out from everything. And so we fell asleep, and so he got to stay up in his room and just kind of watch a movie. before falling asleep. And so I think he stayed up kind of late last night, and so he had like a mental breakdown this morning that we had to kind of get him in check with. But he's all right. He went to school today. He wasn't running a fever. He's okay. You know. Good morning, NYC. Where'd you sell at, NYC? On MYO? Break even? GALT unknowns. Let's look at GALT. Yeah, it's gapping up some. Doesn't have the volume I really want to see. Like, I don't like this. The fact that it's sitting at 360, but there's absolutely no volume to bring it there. That's the biggest thing I don't like. And so, for that reason, I don't know how I feel about GALT. We'll watch it, but not my favorite. OMNT. It's talking about it getting delisted. Yeah, I mean, this thing's been on a steady decline for the last year, except for this one push right here in July, but it eventually broke back down under those lows and just kept falling for OMNT. I think I remember trading this one once. HTBX actually has that low of a float. That's interesting. You see how choppy it was on Friday. Who knew? We'll see what happens with it. I mean, it's only moving 10 cents in pre-market. It looks like a bigger gap than it is. HMNY. Yeah, I forgot to look at HMNY. I heard this one was active. Oh, yeah, HMNY. Look at this one. And I can trade it, even though it's a 70-cent stock. So, yeah, HMNY is definitely on my watch list as well. For sure. This one's definitely on my watch list. Yeah, Sean, it is a little quiet here. Danny, which one are you talking about, man? Are you talking about this one on the right side or my trading window on the left side? If you're talking about my right side, this is Thinkorswim by TD Ameritrade. I just use it for charting. I don't actually use the right side for trading. I just use the right side for charting. It's Thinkorswim for by TD Ameritrade. The left side is just TradeNet. It's my TradeNet window where I execute my trades with. Yeah, that's Thinkorswim by TD Ameritrade. It's free. It's 100% free. All you have to do is sign up with TD Ameritrade. I don't even think you have to deposit anything. But free real-time quotes, free charting, free level 2, free time and sales. All you have to do is create an account with TD Ameritrade and download Thinkorswim. I deposited a small amount when I opened up my account, but I don't think you have to. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think you necessarily have to. But yeah, this is Thinkorswim. Yeah, it's actually my favorite charting platform. They also have some other cool stuff, Danny. Like, there's an on-demand feature with Thinkorswim that allows you to like go back and trade any market day. So like if I wanted to go back and practice and trade last Monday, I can go back and select last Monday and bring and look at the stocks that were moving on Monday and trade them just like it was live. You know, really cool feature. There's also a paper trading feature. I think there's a way for you to get real-time quotes paper trading as well, but I'm not 100% sure. But Thinkorswim's easily my favorite charting software. Sonic, man. Is it my Discord chat? 7? If any mothers are in here, happy late Mother's Day to any moms that are in here. All right. All right, guys. So we got about 16 minutes left. A little slow this morning. All right, so yeah, looking to short MYO. It depends though. Like I said, I don't really like to. I don't really like to just predict. I'm just looking at it for a short. It has to do what I want it to at the open, and so we'll see what MYO can do here. Patiently gonna wait for a few things. Gonna wait for stuff I really like. I think that's been one of the reasons I've done much better in trading the past few weeks is because I've been waiting to see stuff I really like. I've tried to wait at least for the first 10 minutes of the market to pass. Like I said, I put out a video on why I think I've been doing better. Another one of the biggest reasons was that I just wait for that previous support to turn into resistance first. And yes, I missed some setups. Like many times the stock will break the low of the day and it won't even test that previous support. And so it will just continue dropping. And sure, I'm going to miss those setups. But waiting for that previous support to turn into resistance or vice versa for that previous resistance to turn into support has definitely helped my trading a decent amount. And so hopefully I can continue to do well. In the last 2 weeks, I think I've had 3 or 4 losing days out of 14. Or out of 10. So not too bad. 3 out of 10 is a pretty decent win rate. And so hopefully I can keep that going today. I usually do pretty well on Mondays. Wednesdays are the day I typically do the worst. And so we'll see. Hopefully I can do a little bit better. Oh, that's awesome, Amy. Yeah, I have a 9, or almost 9. She'll be 9 next month. I have a 9-year-old basically and a 4-year-old. They're a pain in the butt, but I love them, you know. Appreciate it, NYC. Yeah, I like SYMC. I traded it on Friday. I got in with the short, actually. I had a video. I went over it last weekend. Or I went over it in a video I put out this weekend. I got in. You can see it broke under this previous support at 1950. It turned into resistance, and then it kept falling. I got out at about 1915 or 1920, so took advantage of the short. Another thing I was talking about in my video was that it's a really good risk-reward setup if you look at it. So, like, if you decide to get in under this 1935 low right here, your risk can be set at 1950, so that would be a 15-cent risk, and your reward can be set all the way down to 1910, so that would be a 25-cent reward, so almost 2 to 1 reward to risk, and so that's kind of what you want to see in trading. But yeah, I'll definitely watch SYMC. It's gapping up nicely. It had this huge drop. You can see it had this crazy drop on Friday. And so I'm still a little bit more long biased with it just because it's down so much already, even though it made this push. But we'll watch it and see. MYO is starting to crack under 395. And you can see HMNY, while it's a cheap penny stock, it is at 70 cents. I can trade it on TradeNet, so I can trade this 70-cent stock on TradeNet. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. RXII. Yeah, it's gapping up some. Not my favorite one. Watching ACIA maybe for a short here if it starts to fall, just because it's gapping up so much already. Maybe under 36 if it drops under there. Look to short it down to, I don't know, down to somewhere around there. Good morning, Ronald. Yeah, I'm looking at I looked at GALT already. I don't think. Oh wow, this one is pushed since I last looked at it. No, kind of. If you look at the 5 minute, it looks much better than the 1 minute. So these two are kind of related. They're both ocular stocks, ACIA and OCLR. BLNK. I thought you were talking about a stock, Dane. So Danny, I get my news from like websites like Stock Market Watch, or I get my news from Thinkorswim actually. Thinkorswim has like if you go to Thinkorswim here, you can look at the news releases that are out on certain stocks. So if you go to here and you have to go right down here to this little 3-bar and go to Switch Gadget. You can go to live news and you can see the news out on all these different stocks. I can type in a stock here and it will show me the recent news out today and what time it came out. And so that's where I'm getting my news from. But I also use websites like stockmarketwatch.com, StockTwits, and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely watching MY07. It's starting to drop though. I would have preferred it to wait to drop under 4 until the open happened to give me a better entry. So we'll see. I'll do my best to help Ronald. He doesn't have headphones today. What's up, Power Zone? Good morning, man. He's still in HTBX from 126, Power Zone. That's a good entry. It's up a decent amount from there. How many shares? Always, 7 always, man. All right, so yeah, I'm looking at, with these overextended stocks, I'm kind of looking to short them, but they're going to act off of each other, ACIA and OCLR. And so, like I said, I'm more short biased with stocks that are moving like this, but I'm still going to, be careful with it because they'll probably follow each other. They're both related, OCLR and ACIA. They're both ocular stocks. But my main watch is probably MYO. Keep an eye on SYMC as well. And luckily, I can trade all of these stocks this morning. Most of them aren't penny stocks, though. Here's a few I'm watching. HMNY at 70 cents. Keeping an eye on it. EBIO, PRPO, SINO are a few penny stocks I'm watching. Good morning, Rise. WFT. Since it's not really doing anything in pre-market, I have to look at the daily chart. And it just looks like a higher, it looks like it has a higher float, WFT. Watching it to see how it acts at this 350 level, if it moves at all. But like I said, the float's really small, or the float looks really large with this one. You can see how choppy and all this whiteness right here, this choppy, you can see the white candles right here. Because of that, it probably won't move too much. I mean, on Friday, it only had a range of 14 cents, and so very small range. So it's just kind of hard to pull some gains out of the market when a stock has a float like this. I've seen it move before, but right now I don't really like it too much. All right, so MYO back up over 4. That's an interesting level. I'm keeping an eye on for that one. BLNK. I know somebody mentioned this one. Yeah, BLNK had a nice push on Friday as well. It's sitting right around the $6 level, and so I'm watching it around 6. See if it can use that as support or possible resistance for a short. We'll see. Yeah, no problem, James. Yeah, that's a good entry, Sinners. So you're up a decent amount with oh wait, no. I thought AVGR. Hey, I mean, you're up some with this one as well. Be careful though. A lot of times these can come right back down, but we'll see. Hopefully it pushes up for you. Yeah, I'm watching EBIO. It's a small gap, and one thing I've always said is like a lot of times the small gaps are the stocks that run the most, and so the ones that are gapping up a small amount are the ones that have the potential to be, you know, big breakout stocks. Because when they're too extended, when the gap up is too big, many times they're too overextended at that point. And so I actually like the smaller gaps for long setups. And EBIO is a good example of that. So I'm watching it for potential long. We'll see how it acts at 280. It's had a lot of support and resistance there. And so I'm keeping an eye on that with EBIO. BOXL, Mitch. BOXL had a good day on Friday. Not the best volume. Still overall pretty low volume throughout the most part. So we'll see if we can get another push for a second day run. Had a nice little push on Friday from 5 to 7. So big gap or big move. It's at 670 now. We'll see what BOXL can do. Yeah, Danny, I'm definitely watching MYO. MYO is probably my biggest watch today, just because it had this really nice gap up. I forgot why MYO was up. I remember it was some type of good news. Let me see. I'm gonna go up and look to see the MYO news. Yeah, it says MYO application for Medicare codes receives favorable preliminary decision. And so that's definitely good news with MYO. So we'll keep an eye on it. I'm definitely watching it as well. You can see PRPO starting to push up some. Starting to kind of creep up a little bit. Here, got to get this out the way. Pull Robinhood up, see if I have any day trades left on it. No, I'm out of day trades on Robinhood, unfortunately. Only thing I can really look for is swing trades, but I still have a decent amount that's actually tradable on TradeNet. All right, guys, market's opening up in about 2 minutes. Hopefully we can all make some money today. Good luck all. Got about a minute and a half left. Yeah, Danny, it's that's why I mean shorting is actually what I'm the best at. It's my favorite kind of way to trade. So that luckily TradeNet allows me to short a majority of stocks that are tradable. So any stock that's actually tradable on TradeNet, I can short. And so I definitely appreciate that aspect of TradeNet. TradeNet does have its problems though, but with that, when you're thinking about that, it's a pretty decent thing about TradeNet is that you can short a majority of these stocks that are actually tradable. All right, guys, we got about 40 seconds left. Good luck, everyone. Hopefully we can all make some money today. A lot of stocks pushing up. Let's see what the SPY's doing really quick before the open. The SPY's gapping up some, very small amount, but it's gapping up some, so we'll see what happens with some of these. Most stocks follow the overall market, so market's opening up in 4 seconds. Good luck, everyone. All right, there's the bell. All right, so OCLR dropping originally down to 920, 918, 914. Big drop in OCLR. Same thing with MYO. PRPO starting to push some. SINO coming down. PRPO breaking the high of pre-market here. You can see PRPO here. A little cheap stock, but it's running up. It's at 55 cents now. MYO is initially dropping some, down to 386. ACIA hovering around the 37 whole dollar area. OCLR at 921. ACIA dropping down some. It's had a lot of support at 3660 and 3650, so keep an eye on that support level. MYO crashing down, 375. ACIA down at 3630. All right, so a lot of stocks dropping originally at the open. PRPO is kind of going against the grain here and starting to push up. BLNK is running. We'll see. Kind of choppy right now. SYMC's pushing. PRPO is still running up here. I think it's at 58 cents now. All right, so we'll see if this previous pre-market high turns into support. One PRPO. MYO starting to drop. SHLD. Oh man, I missed this. I missed this one completely. Nice little gap there with SHLD. It's over 4 now. OCLR kind of looks interesting here if it drops under that low. At 914, keep an eye on that. Hey, good trade, Salty. Green's green, man. You can see OCLR and ACIA look very similar. They're kind of following each other. They're both ocular related stocks. PRPO kind of having a little bit of a 1 minute pullback here. Nice little 1 minute pullback on PRPO. Trying to break over it now. We'll see if we can get over there. It's got some up wicks. Up to 59.60 cents on PRPO. MARK breaking under the lows here. Very true. We'll see how it acts at 5. PRPO up to 60 cents. HMNY starting to run up some. At 72 cents basically. PRPO up to 62 cents. 1 minute pullback setup. One of my favorite long setups is waiting for this first 1 minute pullback and getting in once it breaks that high. And it's a really good setup. I haven't been using it as much, but it's one of my favorite setups. You can see this little 1 minute pullback here. First red candle is usually when I try to get in. I can't trade PRPO on TradeNet, so that's ultimately why I'm not jumping in, but one of my favorite setups there. Alright, so ACIA breaking under the lows here. EYES. Needs a little bit more volume. Volume's just kind of low on it. SYMC's pulling back pretty strong here. PRPO's pulling back some. What's up, insurance? EXEL. You can see EXEL, nice little washout long, broke the whole dollar of 20. EXEL. Looking okay. ROKU, same thing. Nice little washout long there. Broke the half dollar of 35.50. Kind of the same thing with EXEL. EBIO is actually washing some. It's down to 279. HMNY is trying to push. PRPO had a pullback here. Watching SYMC under this low of the day here. More importantly, under 21 and this 2090 level. ROKU, you can see it's up to 36.18 now. Big move. IQ starting to push up some. Still watching EXEL and ROKU. Alright, ACIA. You can see they're doing very similar things, OCLR and ACIA. They're both related stocks. Alright, so SYMC broke under the lows here. I may try to get in with a short play on SYMC, especially if that previous support acts as resistance. I'll give it a little bit of time here, but it's pushing up. Don't really want to see that. Kind of looking at ACIA here. If it breaks the lows here, looks good. If it breaks under 35.50, I may jump in ACIA here. Okay, I'm in ACIA with 30 shares. See if it can hold under this 35.50 level. Spread's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's kind of gross. See if we can continue to hold under this $0.50. Spread's getting a little bit better, but we'll see. Alright, there's around the low here. Let's see if it cracks under it and continues to fall. There we go. Beautiful. Such a quick bounce back. I'll give it a little bit more time. If it bounces back, I'll just bail out for a small loss. Want to see that 350 level hold as resistance. There we go. It's a little bit better. Oh, I tried to get out. I mean, it's just swinging back and forth. Very tiny gain, but it turned into a winning trade, but very tiny gain. I was trying to get out down here. It just moved too quick. Oh well, moving on. I mean, it's a profitable trade, but it's just so tiny. I don't know if it's necessarily worth it. Looking at MYO. At 360. BLNK starting to tank hard. Glad I got out of ACIA. Look at this run up here. I got out just in time. So while it was a tiny gain, more importantly, I got out before this big run. Very choppy. Probably shouldn't have jumped in it at all. KTOV starting to tank some. HM&Y's been tanking pretty hard as well. You see HM&Y here. We'll see if OCLR, like both, so for the big support and resistance level for OCLR is right here at this 915 level, and with ACIA it's right here at this $36 level. So look at IQ here though. IQ is starting to push up to 2174. Nice little 1 minute pullback here, but it's running up strong. MYO, I don't know if it's going to continue falling or not. IQ's been pushing up strong though. You can see EBIO is another one I'm watching. It's at 278. If it cracks under 270, I might be interested in it. IQ still pushing up strong here though, guys. Up to 2186, so big move. IMTE and TNDM, Sean. IMTE needs more volume for me at least. I like TNDM more though. Nice little washout long. I've seen a lot of these today, these little washout longs where they originally dip down and then break the high of the day. So right here. I've seen a lot of these setups this morning. And ACIA is back under the $0.50. It's at 35.44. Been really choppy though. I was lucky to get out for a slightly profitable trade on that one. BLNK. Yeah, isn't BLNK tanking today? I heard some people say it was. Yeah, big tank. Nice low of the day break right here though. Man, look at IQ. It's still pushing up strong here. It's testing 22 now, but just broke 22. This thing's acting pretty strong right now. Up to 22.08. Big move. $22.10. Big move, $22.15. IQ is running pretty strong, guys. AKBA. No volume for me at least. I mean, you know, every trader's different. For me, I just don't like it as much just because the volume is really low. I'd have to look at the daily chart to see if I like the daily pattern. It looks like it may be time for a bounce, but I would definitely, you know, if I was jumping into it, I'm waiting for it to break this previous high at 10.14, which it's testing right now. 10.14, 10.15 up to 10.24. See if we can break all that area. Just because you can see it had a lot of resistance here. At 10.24 is really probably the level I'd want to watch with it. But low volume for the most part, not really moving like I want it, you know, like I would want it to. All right, so here's a pullback in IQ. ARLZ. Yeah, look at ARLZ. This thing's running strong here. It's a cheap penny stock, but it's moving. Cron, C-R-O-N. I think this is a cannabis-related stock. At least especially by the ticker name, C-R-O-N. I'm pretty sure it's a cannabis-related stock. HMNY breaking under the lows here. CRON is still pushing up to 653. ACIA and OCLR pretty choppy right now. Nice, NYC. Good trade. Good trade. HEAR, Randy. Man, this thing's moving back. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, this is the first time I've seen a stock go crazy like this. Like, I actually know of Turtle Beach. I actually have some of their headphones for my Xbox. And so, you know, I really don't want to call it a pump. But, I mean, look at this move here. Just in the last few months, this thing has gone from 164 to 15 and all the way up to 1850. So I don't really want to call it a pump just because I like their headphones. I really do. I have a pair of their headphones. They're expensive headphones. Like, my headphones cost $150. My wife got them for me a few years ago. But, you know, you can't really say much when you see a stock go from 150 to 1850. I mean, it's just it looks like a pump. All right, so here's the first big pullback on IQ of the day. The biggest pullback it's had all day here. We'll see what it does here. ICAI starting to break under the lows here. Same thing with OCLR. Watching OCLR around 9. Honestly, insurance, I have no idea. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're just like any other higher, you know, any other like nice pair of headphones. They're really cool headphones. Like, if I put them on, I can't hear anything else. Like, if my kids are awake, I actually can't wear my headphones because I can't hear anything aside from them. So they're really cool headphones, but I don't know if they're from $1.50 to $20 or to $18.50 good. You know what I mean? That's just a huge jump HEAR has made in the last 2 months. And so because of that, usually I'm more short biased when I see this stuff. So gonna watch it under 15. SMRT. I've heard of this one as well. Steinmart. It's pushing up nicely as well. They make kind of affordable formal clothes like suits and blazers and stuff like that. SMRT. Like, you know, affordable, cheap suits and stuff like that. But SMRT is a previous runner, I believe. I know I saw it gap up a while back. See, the little gaps are the ones that run the most, though. You can see Steinmart had a very small gap. Had a big day on Friday. But after this small gap, it's running the most. This is why I kind of look for small gaps in the market. I think that usually gives me the best success for my long setups. IQ is another example as well. It only gapped up 50 cents for a $21 stock, and now it's pushing up really strong. MYO here. Yeah, the reason I didn't get in MYO was that it pulled back too much before it opened, and at the open it pulled back too much. So like, if it would have like pushed up some here and then broken the low of the day at 4 and then held that area as resistance, then I would have been more interested in it. But you can see there's I drew this line right here because it had some previous support and resistance right there, and so it's just, I don't think it has enough room for me to get in going short at least. IQ big pullback here down to 2150. And you can see how choppy ICIA and OCLR are right now. Very choppy, back and forth action. I'm glad I got out when I did with ICAI. I would have wished I could have taken a little bit larger gain, but this thing is just being really choppy and kind of unpredictable with ICIA. It has a lot of support at that low, and so that may be something to consider. But yeah, IMTE still pushing up. SYMC trying to get all the way back to the high of the day here. We'll see how this acts. What's the SPY doing today? SPY is up. So you can see why a lot of these other stocks are up as well. Most stocks follow the overall market. AUPH. Two people bringing this one up. Yeah, look at AUPH. Nice little grind here this morning. Another washout long setup though. You can see over 568. It had this washout long, so when it breaks there. Still pushing up, trying to test 6 now. IQ looks kind of interesting. It bounced directly off the whole dollar of 2150. You can see it came back down and just touched the whole dollar. And so it looks like it's acting as some support here. Maybe looks interesting for a long setup. We'll see. BOXL. Yeah, BOXL. I mean, BOXL is breaking the high of the day here. But it got rejected here and here, so we'll see how it acts. Usually when a stock breaks the high of the day, though, I don't like shorting it. Not until it tests the low of the day again. Really, insurance? Hey, I might try to do that. That would be nice. Alright, so AUPH up to 605. TNDM pulling back some here. See how it acts around 10. Alright, so ICIA finally ended up breaking this low here. I guess I could have had the patience to hold through it. But with how choppy it was acting, now the big thing is to see if it turns this previous support at all the support it had here into resistance. So that's the biggest thing I'm watching for it now. It looks interesting under 35 if it does crack that level. Although it does have this big support level here. You can see right here. So interesting. If it breaks under there, it's got room down to 33. IMTE. Yeah, what was the first run on IMTE? Yeah, is that too much to ask, man? You know? Randy says, all I want from IMTE run is the same Momo that the market had following its first run. That's right, man. You can see this thing went up from 185 to 44. I'm surprised this thing is even still listed from that run. Look at this. From 185, just look at the daily chart with IMTE. From 185 to 44. I remember this too. Back down to 10. Now it's back up to almost 20. So yeah, halted again. KTOV. I don't think I can short it, but if I could, I've definitely been watching for it under this 250 level, especially if it turns that previous support into resistance with the target down to maybe 240 right here. See you, Tiny. Thanks, Tiny. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, a lot of risk there. I mean, that's ultimately why I don't really want to jump into it. Just a lot of risk for IMTE overall. And it's halted. ASNA grinding up here. Very true. BIDU. I know a lot of people have talking about BIDU today. It's just too expensive for my tastes. Even if the setup's great, just too much, just too expensive. See you, Rise. Have a good night, I guess. Hey, I'm just assuming Rise is overseas somewhere, which is cool, you know. I know Power Zone, it's the afternoon for Power Zone. He's in the UK, so. Australia, well, have a good night, Rise. Thanks for watching. SEII, we'll see. What's up, Ant? Good morning, man. Pakistan, huh? Well, welcome, Irfan. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, man. Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Australia. Yeah, I've always wanted to go, man. I have a few friends that live over there, so honestly, ICIA is the perfect setup for me. I'm waiting for the ass to get under 35. It broke onto that previous resistance or that previous support level, and that previous support turned into resistance. So I'll give it a little bit of time here. Maybe jump in this one. Gonna be careful though. The only thing that's really stopping me is number one, OCLR is pushing back up. Maybe I should trust my trades. Let's see if that previous support level turns into resistance here. Irfan, so yeah, I'm using Thinkorswim on the right monitor. So all these charts are on Thinkorswim by TD Ameritrade. It's actually a free platform. All you have to do is create an account with TD Ameritrade, and you can download the platform for free. You shouldn't have to deposit any money into it. If you're looking at the left side where I can kind of trade, and yeah, I'm up $4.20, but commissions are $3, so really it's like $1 and something gain, so very, very small. The reason I'm happy this wasn't a losing trade. But yeah, TD Ameritrade on my right, Thinkorswim on my right, TradeNet on my left. Maybe I should have jumped in ACIA here. I was calling it out. It's starting to drop nicely. Would have been up a nice little gain so far, but it's just been a little unpredictable today. That was kind of my setup, though. Good risk reward setup on there, so biggest reason I didn't jump in. I gotta start trusting my trades a little bit more. Why is my phone? Who is texting me over and over and over again? Oh, it's Robinhood telling me about earnings. I don't want to know about earnings, Robinhood. Yeah, I should have jumped in ACIA. You can see it's dropping down nicely. I called that one out, but unfortunately I just missed it. EBIO, this one's looking interesting for me for a short. Oh yeah, no worries, Irfan. I'm just going to call you Afan. It's easier. Alright, I'm going to have to turn my phone on silent. I thought I took this off of Robinhood where it alerts me for earnings and stuff, because it'll do this all day in earnings season. But look at EBIO here. This is what I'm really kind of interested in now. But yeah, look, a little bit of FOMO here with ACIA. Called this one out, said if it breaks under 35, it definitely had room. You can see it's got this whole gap to fill now, with no support or resistance under it. So definitely kind of bummed out. I missed this drop here. Called it out in the chat. Just didn't take advantage of it. My trade idea was correct, and so it gives me a little bit more confidence in it. But got to start being a little bit less hesitant in my trades. Yeah, PRPO, I mean, who knows? I think it's done for the day as well. IMTs resumed here. HM&Y is starting to bounce back some. But yeah, look at this, man. I got to trust my instinct. Not my instincts. I got to trust my setups and patterns. This is the very setup that I preached about this weekend with ACIA. The exact setup. It broke under a previous support level at 35.20. When it broke under it, it tried to push back over it. That previous support turned into resistance, and now it continued falling down. It's dropping really nicely here. So bummed out I didn't jump in this one. Called this one out. Perfect setup for me. I just didn't take advantage of it. But my confidence is a little bit higher now that it works. And as I say that, it pushes up to 35. But this is a lot of profit to be made here, and I'm still kind of bummed out I missed it. I'm sure I probably would have exited by now anyway. But watching EBIO here. SYMC, I forgot about that one. I'm kind of looking for the same kind of pattern here with EBIO, although I don't have as much confidence in this one. Broke under the lows here. We'll see if this previous support at 275 turns into resistance now. Big pushback up on ACIA. But the move is done. That's the biggest reason I was kind of scared to get into it, is because when it does push up, it pushes up really strong. Yeah, me too. Insurance. Yeah, honestly, on last Friday, it was doing this over and over and over again. And so I actually went into Robinhood and stopped the notifications. And it stopped on Friday, but now for some reason it's back today. I feel like they automatically put that up. You know, like I don't want to get notifications every time earnings comes out on Robinhood, you know, but it gives it to me anyway. Yeah, I changed all this and now it's back, man. No. Exiting out of that. I changed it to where the only email I get from Robinhood is from transfers. Corporate actions, no. Orders, from transfers and orders. So I had to take it off again. I don't know why. Like, they automatically put it back on. I don't know. Yeah. We'd be drunk in no time, man. So apparently it's halted again, huh? Looks like it. Level 2's off. 22 on the bid, 20 on the ask, so it's backwards. What's up, potatoes? So yeah, potatoes. This is just Thinkorswim. So this is TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim platform. It's actually free. You know, it doesn't cost anything. You don't have to pay for it. You just have to sign up with TD Ameritrade and then download it. But yeah, this is TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. If you want to change it to where you have multiple charts on your screen, on the very right side of the screen, there is a rectangular or square box, and you just click that and pick how many screens you want. PRPO breaking under that low there. Yeah, I know insurance explained that to me. I have to go back. Go into studies and add the SPY. Look up correlation is what insurance said. So studies. Do you know what? I mean, I can make it correlate with the SPX. There we go. So that's how you do it. So you go to studies and then you go all the way down to compare with at the very bottom. And then I had to add the SPY. But that's what you do with it. You go all the way down to compare with. Alright guys, so it's 10-12 market time. I haven't seen anything else I really liked. Got out for a slightly winning trade on ACIA, but it's just not a losing trade. I won't really consider it a gain. I guess it's a small gain, but not a losing trade. That's the most important thing. I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now. If you haven't already, I day trade live on stream every weekday morning at 8:45 a.m. and I stream until about 10:15, 10:30 market time. And so if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I definitely appreciate it if you do. And with all that being said, good luck in the market, guys. If you haven't already, also, if you want to do me a favor and you appreciate this content, click the like button right now on this video. I definitely appreciate it if you do, and it does help support us. So please click the like button if you could take the time, and I appreciate it if you do. And yeah, guys, I'll let you guys know if I decide to get into anything else in my watch list video later today. I don't see too much else I like right now. Maybe if EBIO gets rejected at this previous support level, I'll consider shorting it. Maybe if it gets rejected at 275, breaks under 270, I may consider shorting it. But we'll see. I'm going to take it slow and be patient with everything. But yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. I'll see you all tomorrow at 8:45. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Appreciate the sub, Potato. Appreciate the sub, Sheikah. Welcome. Have a good day, guys. I appreciate the sub, Potato. The Discord is... I'll go ahead and add the Discord here. Yeah, if you want to keep talking with everybody in the Discord chat, the Discord link is right here. I'll consider it, Randy. I tried to do one the last few weeks. I'll consider it. You know, I usually try to do one at least once a week, and so I'll try to do one this week as well. But yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. I'll see you all tomorrow.